Shalom, shalom, Shabbat Tov. Welcome, beautiful souls. I hope that each of you was able to have
Shabbat Tov.
a Shabbat of quiet, of blessings, of peace. And that as we take the world to an ever-developing state of Shabbat, that we become more and more vessels of the light of Shabbat, the light of being, of enjoying the pleasure of the souls that we are, without the distraction and the illusion of the bodies that we fill. So I invite you to close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart, and pay attention to your breath. And notice how easily your breath has the ability to be in Shabbat. That simply with the attention of your hands and with the attention of your mind's eye, your breath becomes more rhythmic, slows down. It fills your chest even more beautifully. Not because you force it to do so, because you, in your state of being, in every moment of your life, are being breathed. Hashem is, so to speak, doing CPR on you. Breathing the breath of life into your lungs and pumping your heart so that that breath can make its way to every fiber of your being. You have the gift of being able to notice it. And experience how your being is in a state of doing without you having to do anything. You are a wonder of creation, a wonder of love. And I want you to think of a specific moment in time, a memory in your life when you really relished in being. And enjoyed the pleasure of life in you and all around you. And play out that memory as if it's happening right now. Whatever details you can't remember, use your imagination that Hashem gifted you with to fill in the gaps. Where are you? Who are you with? What do you see, hear, taste, smell? What physical sensations arise as you play out this moment of being? What beautiful emotions fill your heart as you replay this memory? And I invite you to hold on to this memory of being, even as we shift into a memory of the future, of Yom Shekulo Shabbat, a future time when all there will be is Shabbat. And all of our doing will flow out of our being. And imagine yourself in that day. In that infinite day of shalom and shalva, peace and of serenity, of connection, of achdut, of oneness. When Hashem is one and His name is one. And create as many details as you can to make this future memory as real and tangible as possible. What do you see around you? Who are you with? What do you taste? Smell? Hear? What do you notice against your skin? And what physical sensations arise in your body as you remember that future day? I call it a memory because Hashem created time and He created space. But when we're fully connected to the divine, really, really everything is now. And allow your heart to swell with the experience of Ahava, of love, and of Kedusha, and of holiness of this moment. And combine that with your experience, your memory of being. And I invite you now to feel all of these emotions growing in your heart. And imagine that you have your hand on a dial and you're turning it and turning it, turning up the volume of these emotions so that you can experience your heart growing bigger and bigger with the light of presence, of love, of holiness, until your heart can't hold all of that light anymore, and it bursts beyond your heart as an orb of light that fills your entire torso. And allow it to keep growing. Just see it that way, and if you imagine it is so, it is so. And see that light growing beyond your body, all the way beyond the reach of your arms, and growing even further to an orb that is big enough to encompass everyone in our community, so that we are shielded and protected and loved with this light. I invite you to imagine that there is a vibrant and solid shield of light outside of our circle. And just inside of that shield of light, there is a softer light that is warm and a little more translucent, a little more tender. And it comes right up to your skin. And that light is the light of all of our collective love. And allow yourself to feel it touching your skin. And allow the pores of your skin to open up so that it can come and reach you and whisper to you that you are love. You are loved, and you are loving. And allow your skin to tingle with the sensation of that tenderness. And now that we have the light of this love softening our hearts, and the light of this shield protecting us, we are ready to bring ourselves into the darkest place, knowing that we are protected. So we're going to take 10 steps down into the underworld, into the tunnels. Wherever the hostages are, if you imagine it is so, it is so. Going down from 10 to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And here we are in this dark, dark place, inviting all of the hostages to rest in the midst of our circle and see the softness of the loving light wrapping itself around their skin, and the shield of the outer light protecting them as well as it protects us. All the bad guys are scared of this gorgeous and radiant light that surrounds us, and they turn away from it. It's blinding for them. The way that creatures of the underworld turn away from light. Because we know that we are divine, and we know that we are made in the image of the divine, we're going to offer and channel some of that holiness onto the hostages with so much love and so much tenderness, as if they were our own children. So I invite you to see that the kippah of this shield above us is made of Hashem's cloud of glory that has been with us since Sukkot. It has never left the Jewish people because we've been needing His divine guidance and protection. And thank God He's given us access to it. And in this cloud of glory, you can see Hashem's divine name in radiant letters of holiness and love and awe and protection and healing. Yud, Hey, Vav, and Hey. And I invite you to open the crown of your head and soften it the way it was when you were a baby. And allow the Yud of Hashem's name to penetrate your head and come in and fill your entire head with its radiant light. The light of Chokhmah, of wisdom, and Binah, of understanding. Allow that light to radiate off of your face, because it's more light than your head can possibly hold. And shine onto the hostages this light from your face. And allow your face to express the love that you have for each of your brothers and sisters in bondage. Allow your face to express that love and tenderness that Hashem has for them. Simply through the act of will, you are bringing His light further and further into the physical plane. And invite the Hey of Hashem's name to come down through your head, and the top of the Hey meets you between the shoulders. And the legs of the Hey fill your arms with the light of Chesed, of loving kindness, and a Gvura, of strength. And of course, it's more light than your arms can hold. So I invite you to lift up your hands and feel that light radiating out of your palms, and caressing and holding the hostages the way you would caress and hold your own scared child, so that your face is radiating light and your palms are radiating light. And as they continue to do so, I invite you to see the Vav of Hashem's name come in through the crown of your head and fill your spine with the light of Tiferet, of beauty, the perfect combination of the right side and the left side, the masculine and the feminine, of truth and of faith. That everything, even when we can't see it, is for the good. And feel the light of that Vav filling your entire torso, and the excess of that light bursting out of your heart and shining right into the hearts of the hostages. Even as your face is shining a radiant countenance upon them, and your palms are shining a caressing love upon them. Continue to shine the light of your heart of emunah, of emet, right into the hearts of the hostages. And see the last Hey of Hashem's name coming in through the crown of your head making its way down through your torso till the top of the hay meets you between the hips, and the legs of the hay fill your legs all the way to the tips of your toes with the light of Netzach, of the eternity that is the Jewish people, and the light of Torah that we've been asked to bring into the world, and the light of Hod, of splendor, of wonder, and the light of Malchut, of kingship. We are meant to serve the entire world with light and also guide the entire world into the light. Through kingship. And so allow this light to hold you up even taller so that your head is even straighter and your chest is even more open. And feel this excess light in your legs coming out of the bottoms of your feet and filling the ground under the hostages with the light of support, of holding, so that they know they are not alone. They are surrounded on all sides by the light and love of the divine. And I want to bring in just a little more light. I'm going to ask you to keep your eyes closed as I say a perek of Tehillim, a chapter of Psalms, chapter 23. And I want to invite King David HaMelech to join us here in the underworld, because he knew what it was to be chased into the darkest places and have to run for his life. But even in the midst of that darkness, to have full and complete faith in Hashem and to eventually rise victorious as the greatest king our people has ever known. Mizmor leDavid, Adonai ro'i lo echsar. בינות דשא ירביצני, על מי מנוחות ינחלני. נפשי ישובב ינחני במגלי צדק למען שמו. גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות לא ירא, כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני. תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי. דישנת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה. אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. And this is the blessing that we can offer the hostages. With the light shining from our faces and our palms and our hearts and our feet, that even as they walk in the shadow of death, Hashem is with them, we are with them, and that the truth is they will be dwelling in the house of God for eternity, as will we all. When Yom Shekulo Shabbat, when the day of eternal Shabbat comes into fruition, and we are able to see the good and feel the good, and allow your face and your heart and your hands and your feet to shine the light of that knowing and of that truth. And I invite you now in your own words to offer a blessing to the hostages. And I invite you now to take those beautiful hands of yours and ever so gently and slowly bring them back to your heart and touch your chest the way you would hold a newborn baby. And love yourself the way you could so easily love a newborn baby. Because compared to the infinite intelligence and might of Hashem, you are a newborn baby. And offer yourself that same light of healing and love and connection. And know that at any point today, you have the ability to connect to this moment when you opened yourself up to being a channel of divine light. You got to be a miracle. When you are ready, I invite you to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and slowly bat your eyes open and bring yourself back into your body. And if you would like to do so, I invite you to turn on your camera so we can bask in the glow of what we've created here. I bless everyone here, both those who are with us live and those who are joining us in the future now, with a beautiful week. Blessing Am Yisrael that we should only hear good news, and that you should hold in your heart the love that you are. With blessings from Jerusalem.